Welcome to the Ultimate Gaming Realm, and this is your creator, Dixon, logging on. How's it going, everyone? This is Dixon of the Ultimate Gaming Realm, and we're going to take a look back on one more early episode that I did, which also remains in purgatory, along with the first episode, because it's another one I went over the top with, and that game is the 2007 version of Shadowrun, which was released on the Xbox 360 and Windows Vista. This episode, I have to admit that I was really going over the top. In fact, more than I should have. And the reasoning behind that is that I had wonderful memories with the 16-bit console RPG games of Shadowrun on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Since then, I was hoping they'd make a comeback for the series. But in 2006 they did, or at least that's what I thought when they announced it. I totally made myself look like a sucker for putting faith into the game because of the Shadowrun name. Even though it's a first-person shooter game instead of an RPG game, which is fine by me because I like first-person shooter games too, but it was actually a multiplayer online-only first-person shooter, kinda like Counter-Strike. And online multiplayer first-person shooter-only games is not really my cup of tea, but I wouldn't say it's a cup of piss either. It's just definitely not the best of tea. And I still was a fool for investing $60 into a game that has very little to offer and very less to do with the Shadowrun series. Like I said in the review, it does have a story, which sounds convincing, but the game doesn't look like a story. It feels more like a battlefield playground with two teams to choose from, and each team has 4 races with only one character skin to choose from. And the game has about 9 maps and 3 gameplay modes. And you rely on weapons, tech, and magic. And each race have their own special abilities. So it kinda does have some RPG elements in the game, but the game is still way too overpriced. The game itself feels like a demo. And you pay 60 fucking bucks for that demo! Now that part, in the name of the pen and paper RPG game, and retro gamers that have fond memories of the 16-bit games, just got a fucking slap in the face with this game. Like I said before, I judged this game harshly because of the Shadowrun name with the type of gameplay style they used. And the asking price of $60 is what pushed some gamers and fans of Shadowrun RPG series over the edge. And that's why Facet Studios, that was parented by Microsoft, went under a few months later. Yeah, I was also being a little harsh on Microsoft in that video too. Because at the time I wasn't exactly happy with them. But like I said before, I do have respect for them still. It's just that Microsoft thinks about what's on their minds than what the fans want them to see. But it seems like Microsoft has been getting their act together these days. And I've always been a Windows person than a Mac person. I think you get the point. After the Shadowrun 2007 game review, I also did a video on my memories with Shadowrun. And I also did a now playing version of Shadowrun 2007, just to conclude that game once and for all.
Artifact dropped. Artifact taken. RNA has possession.
I'm destroying that bastard on the pedestal, yeah! Is someone using the gust thing? No, it's not the gust, yep. No, the smoke thing. The smoke camouflage. Of course, ifs do expire after a minute. Well, I might try to write reflexes one more time, I guess. Yeah, I didn't realize until now that wire reflexes drain your health.
Artifact taken.
Got the sucker. Okay, before I killed the bastard, he was like saying, "Katana, katana, katana!" Gosh, sucker. That's kind of unusual, because I don't hear the rival saying, "Gun, gun, 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 gun!" So I'm using, "Katana, katana, katana!" Bro, watch out. I might come over there with a katana and slice your head up or stick it in your... Alright, back to the game. I got a sniper rifle. I'll give that a try too.
Main lobby, clear.
Now 2013 is the year when the Shadowrun games really made a comeback to its pen and paper RPG roots. Starting with a successful Kickstarter campaign of Shadowrun Returns from Harebrained Schemes. And oh boy, it was a complete experience of awesome RPG adventures. Plus you can also create your own story, or you can play user content to create a story through Steam Workshop. Now that's what I call a fantastic idea there. It feels like you're getting more Shadowrun than what's already in it with that idea. Now Shadowrun Returns wasn't perfect, but it felt like we were playing the classic RPG games again. And what Shadowrun Returns has to offer, I'm totally satisfied with it. And it's worth every penny. Since then, there were more Shadowrun games, such as Dragonfall and the Hong Kong, other games like Shadowrun Online and Shadowrun Chronicles. There's a lot of great things to talk about with the Shadowrun games, but I'll do that in another time. But as far as Shadowrun 2007 is concerned, I didn't really hate that game. I was just pissed off at it because it was a bad answer to the classic RPG games, and it was overpriced when it was released. But since the 2007 review I did, the real Shadowrun games came out within the last 2 years. So I do forgive the makers of Shadowrun 2007 game now. However, I did get some criticism of me bad-mouthing the game, because some people actually do like it. But for those of you who are offended by my negative actions towards the game, then I sincerely apologize. To be honest, Shadowrun 2007 is playable. It has team battle tactics when it comes to weapons, tech, magic, but it still is the least likable game in the Shadowrun franchise in my book. But it's far from being one of the worst games of all time. Back in 2013, I didn't only did the Shadowrun 2007 review, but I also did a memories and updates on the Shadowrun franchise, explaining about my memories that I fondly remember during my 16-bit era, and explaining about the upcoming Shadowrun Returns game. And I also did a now playing episode on Shadowrun 2007, which I also forgot to tell you that episode also remains in purgatory. The only episode I kept from back then was the memories and updates. And over a year ago, I also did an 18-minute review on Shadowrun Returns. And that's another game I like really well. I also have plans on reviewing the other Shadowrun games as well. But I think I'm running out of time now, so please do like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till the next time, this is Dixon of the Ultimate Gaming Realm, logging off.